I want to talk a little bit about the first chapter of your book, because the opening chapter in a thriller can be really difficult for a lot of writers to nail down. Some try to go like straight into the action and into the inciting incident and like dive straight in, or they go to the other side where they're like day in the life, but it's just too slow for the genre. And what I feel like your chapter did, which was so well done, it really balanced that, where you didn't get into kind of the inciting incident, the main conflict of the story, but it was like a slice of life, but hectic. It showed the kind of personal issues that your character was going to go through and the professional side of the struggle she was going to have. And I'm dying to know that first chapter, how you kind of maneuver that. Was that always the first chapter? Is that something that took some time? How did you find that right blend?
Right from the beginning, as soon as I thought, okay, this is not a play, this is a book, the first couple of opening chapters sort of came fully formed, really. I think what I was going for is, again, this is probably my theatre background, so you were describing to someone from space what a play is. You would say, well, it's live people on stage in front of you making decisions. I mean, that's basically what a play is. And so that's kind of how I like to think of opening chapters, is you want to show your character making a decision, at least one decision. And ideally you want the two choices that they have to not be that great. You want them to be kind of bad and worse. So in my opening chapter, and it's a relatively small thing, Ravel needs to go into court to interpret for a really big case. She's trying to adopt a child. The preschool has rung up and said, no, look, he's sick, you have to take him today. And she can't take him into court. And the way her life is, she doesn't have anyone that can take care of him. So it sounds small, but obviously for her, and as you've said, it's the personal versus the professional challenges in her life. And neither choice is good. She's either going to leave her son, who she's trying to adopt, or potentially this huge case at the Old Bailey won't go forward today, which is enormous as well. So yeah, that's sort of always my approach to opening chapters. You want your character to make a choice, to have to make a choice, and there's no good answer available to them.
I love that. And like, even just thinking about the choice that she makes, which is, I think she tries to thread that needle, right? Like, she tries to both be a good parent or, adoptive parent, and also try to do her job, and how in some ways she feels like she fails at both, right? That guilt that she has from someone getting away with something, and then also kind of like half losing, like feels like she lost her son. I think that is such an interesting way of showing her struggles, is that she's trying to do both and kind of fails at both in this first chapter, which I think is so powerful. And so, do you think about the professional and personal life of your characters and trying to balance those two and show conflict in both?
Yeah, especially the interpreter. I think that's, definitely. I was trying to kind of keep in mind every scene, every chapter of the book, keeping track of those two threads. Where are we at with one? Where are we at with the other? And where are they kind of, intersecting? Where are they in conflict? And hopefully the kind of conflict kind of tracks, almost like parallel railway tracks. That's what we're aiming for as writers, I think, anyway. Whether we always get it or not is another thing, but we're aiming for that.